Hello everyone. My name is Dr. Varun Rajpal. I am currently working in Fortis Hospital, Noida, and I have passed my DNB respiratory medicine from Metro Center for Respiratory Diseases, Metro Hospital, Noida. Uh, Last year I won the TISA, got the second prize in the national round, and my topic for pro-con debate in TISA Pulmonology 2019 was non-invasive ventilation should be used in all patients of acute respiratory failure, and I am dealing with the cons part. So, non-invasive ventilation, it evolved from a big machine to smart devices. It is a provision of assisted ventilation without endotracheal intubation. You can see in the picture, this is in 1950. The NIV machines are so large. In 2000, this is of very compact and easy to use. So non-invasive ventilation consists of a triad, which includes patient, ventilator, and interface. There are various causes of acute respiratory failure: hypoxic and hypercapnic. Main hypoxic causes are ARDS, pneumonia, diffuse interstitial lung disease, acute asthma exacerbation. Other causes: cardiogenic pulmonary edema, post-operative, and chest trauma. And in hypercapnic respiratory is COPD with acute exacerbation. This is an article published by Dr. Ritesh Agarwal of role of NIV in acute lung injury or ARDS, which concludes that almost 50% NIV failure rates in patient with ALI and ARDS. So NIV should be cautiously used in patients with ARDS. Studies done with use of NIV in pneumonia ARDS had higher rates, 50 to 60% of NIV failure, despite an initial improvement in early years. That is, late NIV failures are there. There are various reasons of NIV failure. And ARDS, these are the reasons. Most common cause of NIV failure is hypoxia and progression of disease, which is not going to alter the use of NIV. NIV in ARDS, negative results are there. Delay in endotracheal intubation may be associated with significant complications. This is a research article of failure of NIV ventilation in patients with acute lung injury. It is an observation cohort study. It concludes that NIV should be tried very cautiously or not at all in patients with ALI who have shock, metabolic acidosis, or profound hypoxemia. NIV in patient with diffuse interstitial lung disease. This is an observational study which clearly concluded that no significant difference in PaO2 by FiO2 ratio. PCO2 and pH values during NIV treatment was detected in patients with radiological pattern of UIP and NSIP, which concludes that NIV treatment should be individualized in DLD patients with ARF according to etiology, not the baseline radiological burden, in order to improve oxygenation. NIV in acute respiratory failure due to COPD versus other causes. This study concludes that NIV is an effective modality in preventing endotracheal intubation in ARF due to COPD, but has limited applicability in ARF secondary to other causes. This is an official ARS ATS guidelines for NIV for acute respiratory failure, which clearly tells us in acute asthma there is no recommendation made. In de novo respiratory failure, no recommendation made. In pandemic viral illness, no recommendation date. This is an Indian guideline for NIV in acute respiratory failure, which clearly tells us that NIV is not recommended for the routine use of asthma exacerbation. NIV is not recommended for ILD with acute or chronic respiratory failure. NIV either not recommended or recommended with great caution in case of ALI, and that too only in ICU level. The application should be reserved for hemodynamically stable patients who can be closely monitored in an ICU where facilities for invasive ventilation are present. NIV may be used in ICU with caution in selected patients with community acquired pneumonia, particularly on this with associated COPD. Hence, NIV should not be used in all patients with acute respiratory failure. We know that one size does not fit all. Thank you.